Alright, what's going on everyone? It's Super here and welcome to another Injustice 2 video, and today we're going to be doing a Q&A. It's been a while since I've actually done one. I think I skipped last week because the schedule got all messed up after, Dragon Ball FighterZ and all that happened. By the way, Dragon Ball FighterZ had a blast playing that. I know a lot of people asked me. I actually uploaded a little review of the online and my experience with the game, so I'll leave that linked in the description if you guys want to check it out. But I decided to do a Q&A, started back up on Saturdays, which is the normal slot it was supposed to be in. So before I answer any questions, actually, I just want to let you guys know that I now have a Discord where you guys could go in there, chat. There's actually a Twitch subscriber section as well. There's a section where you could ask Q&A questions. It's run by Anna and Mafia, so I want to thank those guys and girls, sorry Anna, for putting that together for me. The link to the Discord will be, of course, in the description if you guys want to go and join that. So with that out of the way, let's get into the questions. All right, so the first question comes from David, and he asks, how's the new YouTube demonetization affected your channel? So for you guys who might not follow, YouTube news and stuff that goes on, which a lot of you guys probably don't because, you're just here to watch your videos, right? Everyone has their own problems. We all watch YouTube videos and our favorite content creators, sort of to have fun and forget about all that stuff. So a lot of people don't know that YouTube actually starting months ago put out this new algorithm. They created this new AI that scans all of YouTube looking for, keywords in titles, in tags, in descriptions, even in your voice. So when I'm speaking now, the bot is going to try to translate this into text. And if I say something that might not be advertiser friendly, my video will get marked with a little yellow sign that says not suitable for all advertisers. And what that means is that I'm not going to be getting the ads that I normally would on another video, meaning that the video is not going to make a lot of money. And, for someone like myself, like other content creators where it's our job, it does hurt, but most people, including myself, I don't think we've changed our content at all. Especially like cussing, when I'm playing like online, like videos like this, I don't cuss, but when I'm playing like online, Injustice and whatever other game, you guys know that I still cuss and I still say all that stuff. So it hasn't really changed the content. But it's just a pain in the ass to have to, appeal all these different videos that for some reason or another get demonetized. And a lot of times there's nothing in the title, nothing in the thumbnail, nothing in the description, nothing even in my commentary that warrants getting demonetized. And this hasn't only happened to me, it's happened to a lot of YouTube channels as well. They just don't talk about it. We just don't talk about it because, you guys are here to watch the videos and be entertained. So I haven't brought it up at all until, this question right now. So has it affected my YouTube channel? It has and it hasn't at the same time, because this has been going on for a bit. And I didn't really notice a drop too much in ad revenue for me. Good thing that the game that I'm playing currently is Injustice, because if this were Mortal Kombat, oh my god, trust me guys, a lot of your favorite NRS content creators, including myself, would be in very big trouble because this bot at the moment is very broad in what it's looking for, and it blacklists a lot of different keywords like fatalities, brutalities, stuff like that, anything with like violence, and it doesn't care if it's a video game or not. So I'll just show you guys a little screenshot of my page with some of my recent Mortal Kombat videos that I've uploaded over the last maybe 2 weeks or so, and everything is demonetized. And sometimes when you appeal for a review, it gets declined just because it's Mortal Kombat. There was one where Aaron Black was pointing the gun towards the screen, his game-winning pose, and that one got reviewed by an actual human being, or so they say, and it still was not suitable for all advertisers. So Mortal Kombat is one of those games that is blacklisted, and unfortunately, you guys know I've been primarily uploading Mortal Kombat videos over the last 2 years, and my entire library of Mortal Kombat X, Mortal Kombat XL videos, unfortunately has been demonetized. Now, those videos don't get that many views anymore, so that means that, the majority of my views come from Injustice now, which means that, I've been doing okay. I've been doing fine, actually, really good this year. But if this was like a Mortal Kombat game, hopefully things get cleared up in the future, because, you know, when I upload a Mortal Kombat 11 video, I already don't expect to make money off it. I just do it because I love the game. You know, I love Mortal Kombat, I love the franchise, and I cannot wait for Mortal Kombat 11. Because as soon as that bad boy goes up, before I even make it public, you know, when I upload it unlisted to put the annotations at the end of the screen, it's already demonetized. So I hope that answers your question. So far, I'm doing fine. You know, you do notice ad revenue decrease and increase, but that's just YouTube. And so far, I have literally zero to complain over. I know what I signed up for with YouTube. It is up and down, and that's how you know, all of us content creators know that's how YouTube is. But I definitely have nothing to complain. Thanks to you guys, of course. So that was a long-winded question. I guess I had that bottled up inside because a lot of people have been asking me. So just wanted to give you guys the full scoop. All right, so the vlogger asks, what DLC character is the best so far? It's very hard to tell. Actually, it's not. It's definitely Red Hood. Red Hood is the best DLC character that has been released so far. A lot of people right now in the pro circuit are saying that Red Hood is the absolute best character in the game. Because he has mix-ups, especially in the corner with his bombs and his jump-ins. He has really good neutral, and what neutral is, it's pretty much when characters are just walking back and forth, trying to feel each other out and trying to, you know, press a button that will reach your opponent, even though your opponent might throw out his button. You know what I mean? Like, playing footsies is walking back and forth, and you want to be in the range where your buttons are going to work, but your opponents are not. And Red Hood has really good zoning. He has really good damage. Actually, not really good damage. He has good damage, you know, average damage. But he has many tools that are very, very good. As Sonic Fox has demonstrated, he mains Red Hood at the moment, and you know, he's won a lot of money recently with Red Hood. And yeah, definitely Red Hood is the best DLC character so far. As far as you know, just how good he is in the tier list, etc. So moving on here, James, do you use a stick or a D-pad? Oh, do I use the stick or the D-pad on the controller? James, I'm glad you asked this question because a lot of people ask me all the time, should I use the D-pad or the stick on the controller? This is not a fight arcade stick, like a fight stick. People ask me on the controller, do I use the joystick on the controller or the D-pad directional buttons? And please guys, if you're using the stick, the little joystick on the controller, stop immediately and use the directional buttons, because you will notice a 100% difference when you use the directional buttons. You will have way more control over your buttons, over your inputs, over your specials. Some people have a hard time doing command grabs, command grab motion, down, back, forward, and that's probably because you might be using the joystick, while the directional buttons, it's so much easier to do things. Trust me, I started that way too, using the joystick back in Mortal Kombat X when it came out back in April of 2015. I started off using the joystick, and I'm like, what the hell am I doing? And I started using the D-pad, and I just improved so much faster. So please guys, if you use the joystick, it might feel uncomfortable at first, but you will get used to it like everything else. It's just so much better than using the joystick. So moving on here, Wesley asks if you could have added one DC character to be in the main roster of Injustice 2 and to appear in the story mode, who would you choose? Man, that is a very, very hard question. That is a tough question. I'm actually kind of thinking about it right now. One DC character that I would have liked to see interact with people in the story mode, as serious as the story mode was the main man Lobo. Lobo, included in any conversation with any character, would be awesome because he's so funny, and of course he is ridiculously overpowered. So it would have been funny to see how they would have integrated someone as powerful and as funny and, you know, sort of carefree as Lobo with a huge threat like Brainiac. I think that would have been cool, and I just would have liked to see Lobo in the game because I'm a huge fan of his. So moving on here, Cardu asks, given that Queen is your favorite band, assuming it still is, yes it is, of course, what are your top 5 non-mainstream songs you would recommend to newcomers? That's a really good question. I'm happy you asked it because anytime that we talk about Queen, it brightens my day because I love the band so much, especially Freddie Mercury. Freddie Mercury is probably like the biggest reason why I like the band so much. He's just a great artist and his voice was amazing. Been listening to them since I was a kid. So the first song that I'm gonna recommend is not actually a Queen song, but it's a cover song by Freddie Mercury called The Great Pretender. I think that song really highlights how amazing Freddie Mercury is at singing. And a lot of these songs that you guys are gonna hear, well, I kind of mixed it up because I really like the slower songs, not so much like the fast-paced songs, which I will give you guys some, but I like the slower songs where Freddie Mercury just has time to to showcase his voice, like his amazing voice. Those are some of my favorite Queen songs, but The Great Pretender is really good. Definitely recommend that. The Miracle is another song that I actually just recently, maybe a year ago, came across, and it's very good. It's when it's when Freddie Mercury was already sick and he knew about it. So for him to sing a song of the miracle of life when he's slowly fading away because of the disease, is a very, very powerful song in my opinion. So number 3 is Stone Cold Crazy. Now this one might be mainstream, some of you guys might not know it, but that one's very, very fast paced. It's so hype, it's awesome. Number 2 is a song called Spread Your Wings. This one is a older song. It's actually, the music video is actually recorded in the same set as I think We Will Rock You, pretty in like the snow. It's in the same set, which I thought was pretty funny. So it's a very, very old song, but it's really good. And number 1 is called Save Me. This is my all-time favorite non-mainstream Queen song. It's sort of a love song. It's a slower song, like I mentioned, and you get to see and hear how amazing Freddie's voice is. So all these, I would recommend Save Me the most. Just go listen to that. Listen to how beautiful his voice sounds. All right, Joey asks, let's see. I got a question that bothers me for some time. That has bothered me for some time. Why do you have Injustice 2 on both Xbox One and PS4? Why not just stick to one console? Well, that's a fair question. But Joey, the reason I have Injustice and Mortal Kombat X and probably every other fighting game that I play like heavily, why I'm gonna own it on both consoles is because I could play with viewers, I could play with subscribers. I haven't done it too often. I actually did it like yesterday, right? Yeah, I did it yesterday. But the reason is because not everyone owns the same console. So I want to play with people on both consoles, give each of those guys a turn. So that's why I own Injustice 2 on Xbox One and PS4. So last question here comes from Trivago, and he asks, who's going to be the main villain in MK11? Whoa, we got some MK comments a little bit after this, like 3 in a row. All right, I'll save that for a future one. So let's answer this one by Christian. All right. Have you ever formally compared Injustice 2's fighting mechanics to Mortal Kombat X and decided on which one you like more? I'm not talking about gear or fighting style, but things like blocking in each game, clashing using meter, zoning in each game, traits versus a 4th button, and things like that. Do you have a preference, and what elements from MK would you like to see in Injustice, and vice versa? Okay, that's a very good question. I'm going to try to make this as quick as possible because we're almost 15 minutes in. But one thing I really like about Injustice is you could actually combo from your uppercut. That's something that I really, really like, because jumping in fighting games, especially 2D fighting games like Injustice or any NRS game really, a lot of times the jump in punches and kicks are really, really good. So to have consistent ways to stop someone from jumping and make them play on the floor is always very, very good, as someone who can react to someone jumping and just say, stop that, stop, please, just stay on the ground. But in Mortal Kombat X, it doesn't really reward players because all it gives you is 14%. Even though that 14% is guaranteed, in Injustice, if I down to you, meaning I uppercut someone, I could convert that into 20 plus, 25 plus damage depending on what character it is. I also like the fact that in Injustice there are stage bounces. That's pretty cool. Like interactables were in Mortal Kombat X, but there were more environmental interactables that you could throw. You know, you could throw the zombie in the cove, you know, stuff like that. But there are no bounces. I guess it might not work with Mortal Kombat X, but some of the things that I like in Mortal Kombat that would be awesome in Injustice is having the screen be a lot smaller. That way people can't run away all the time, can't just walk back, walk back, walk back. I know you guys hear me joke about that, but it is an epidemic in Injustice. A lot of people love walking back just because the screen is so huge. That would make Injustice 2 more fun and more offensive. And other than that, I just overall like the mechanics a lot more in Mortal Kombat, just because it's more fast-paced, it's more close quarters, not too much running away, and, you know, playing. You could still play very defensively in Mortal Kombat X. It's just not with almost every single character in the entire cast. In Injustice, walking back with almost every character is the best offense, you know, sort of say, because people have to come to you. So I'd like to see Injustice 2 be more offensive. And for Injustice, one mechanic what I like to see in MKX, I would definitely like to see the gear system make an appearance in a future MKX game, because the gear system is the greatest thing about Injustice 2. Just the fact that you can make your character look entirely different. Sometimes even create a new character, or having premiere skins, stuff like that. That's something really awesome that I didn't think was going to come of the gear system when I first heard it. A lot of people were worried, including myself, that it might be pay to win, but NRS has handled the gear system so well, and I'm hoping that it makes a return in Mortal Kombat 11. So I could go on about this question, but unfortunately I'm out of time. Almost 17 minutes, which is way longer than most Q&As that I do. Most Q&As are like 12 minutes, somewhere on there, so we're way over, but that's going to be the end of today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys next time. What's going on? It's Super here, and thank you for watching today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, make sure you guys subscribed if you are not already. Also, check out any of these videos linked at the top. Thank you for watching, and I will see you guys next time.